And the FICO scores, as you can see right here, go as low as 300. The pre-approval amount is for $67,500. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as smash the like button. It really helps promote our content and we greatly appreciate the support. So for today's video, I have another special funding resource to share with you guys. This one you definitely want to check out. Now, recently I've gotten a lot of requests from some subscribers wanting to get access to different lending options, especially for their small business, but ones that are more geared towards businesses that are just starting out, or maybe you don't have the best credit, or maybe you don't have income generated and they want to see what resources are out there. So in today's video, we're going to be going over Uplift Capital. So Uplift Capital is another funding source that offers both direct funding programs, and they also offer a marketplace. So they have what's called a business funding marketplace, and I'm gonna go over all the different loan options. So they offer business loans, lines of credit, micro loans, equipment financing, Sba loans. So they have what's called the Premier Plus program. Now, and this is anywhere from $30,000 minimum all the way up to $500,000. They're just going to require your driver's license. You're also going to need a voided check from your business checking account, proof of ownership, so any registration documents, articles of organization, operating agreement, they'll request all of that. And then they also do bank validation, so you'll be logging in through Plaid, and they're able to see what your banking information is like, your deposits, your income, your expenses, things like that. And you can get your funds within 1 to 2 business days. So the Premier Plus program has terms from 3 months to 12 months, as well as a factor rate of 1.24, and they also offer renewal. So this is going to be the Premium Plus program. They also have the Premier program. So the Premier program is from $10,000 all the way up to $250,000. Same requirements: driver's license, void check, proof of ownership, bank validation. And then they have a factor rate of 1.30, and they also offer renewals. Then they have the Standard program. So the Standard program has a minimum of $5,000 all the way up to $125,000. Same requirements, terms from 2 months to 7 months with a rate of 1.34. Now, as you can see, when you go to the Premier and then the Premier Plus, you see how the rate decreases. So you're going to have higher amounts as well as lower rates with the Premier Plus program. The Premier, the Standard, as you can see, the rates go up, the amounts go down. With the Starter program, this is just going to be a minimum of $3,000 up to $30,000, terms from 2 to 5 months, and a rate of 1.4. So this is probably going to be the easiest to qualify for. However, the rate is pretty high at 1.4. Now, Uplift Capital is able to give you fast decisions because they've developed AI decision-making software to help automate the process. So these are some of the different features and components that make up the different scoring models. So you have the business background, you have the location, so where it is geographically, you have the credit score of the owners in the business, the FICO scores. You also have NSFs. Now, that's always something to keep in mind, especially with a lot of lenders that look into your banking activity, because having non-sufficient funds in your checking account is never a good look, especially if you're trying to get a loan. They also incorporate the entity type. So whether it's an LLC, an S Corp, C Corp, they also take into account the SIC code, so the business classification, the amount of time in business. Another important component is ending bank balances. So whatever your statement balance is at the end of every single month, that's one thing they're going to be looking at. The percentage ownership, payment history, any type of seasonal types of patterns, because a lot of businesses do have certain cycles. They incorporate a lot of these different data points in the decision making. So that's why I'm always telling people it's not just about your credit score. There's a lot of other factors that go into the decision. Now, this is a great example of a scoring model, just all the different components that you might want to consider when applying for different business loans. Uplift Capital covers a wide variety of different business types, including retail shops, restaurants, medical facilities, wholesale operations, auto repair, manufacturing, trucking, as well as construction. I know a lot of our subscribers are in the trucking space or in construction space. Uplift Capital is definitely going to be a great option for you. Now, aside from their direct lending programs, they also have a marketplace. So these are going to be third-party lenders that they work with to be able to provide microloans, invoice financing, lines of credit, traditional bank loans, SBA loans, hard money business loans, disaster relief loans. You also got 401k business financing. So if you have a 401k, you could actually leverage your 401k, like borrow against it or use it as collateral to get a business loan. So this would be a great option to tap into that resource. And they also offer equipment financing through their different third-party marketplaces. So I just wanted to go over each of these one by one. Now they have microloans. So microloans are probably going to be the easiest loans to qualify for. They're typically going to have the lowest amount and the highest interest. However, if you are just starting off your business or if you haven't even started your business yet, this is something for you to consider. Now, in terms of the loan amount, so the loan amounts, the maximum is $50,000. They have interest rates from 0 all the way up to 20%, depending on the provider. In terms of time in business, there's no minimum requirement. And with the microloans, as you can see right here, there's no credit check. So the microloans are not going to be doing a hard inquiry on your credit. So this would be a good option for businesses that are just starting out or just for startup businesses, businesses with very limited history. Or if you're thinking about getting funded to actually start your business, the microloan would be one of the options. You could also check out Kiva.org. Kiva is another microfinance lender. Now with the line of credit, the monthly revenue requirement is only going to be $5,000. So I know that's a lot lower than some of the other lenders that we've covered. So all you got to do is show that you can gross $5,000 per month. The speed of financing, you can get the funds, the line of credit in as little as 4 business hours. The APR start as low as 4.66%. And the time and business requirement is going to be 12 months. And the FICO scores, as you can see right here, go as low as 300. So this isn't a very high requirement at all compared to some of the other lenders. So again, if anyone is just starting out, Uplift Capital is definitely going to be a great option for you because their requirements aren't going to be as high as some of the other traditional commercial banks. You also have traditional bank loans. Now, as I've stated time and time again, traditional bank loans are going to have the highest requirements. Now, they are going to have the highest amount, so amounts up to $5 million. The time it takes from 2 to 6 weeks, remember, because we're dealing with much larger amounts, so the underwriting process is going to be a little bit more thorough. Interest rates as low as 2% all the way up to 13%, depending on the credit history, and it helps with building credit in terms all the way out to 8 years, so a minimum of 1 year all the way to 8 years. So traditional bank loans, again, you're going to have the highest amounts and the lowest rates, but it's going to require the highest requirements. So if you're a brand new business, this definitely is not going to be an option for you. I also wanted to go over some of the hard money business loans. So they're going to give you a certain loan to value depending on the value of the collateral. You can get financing in as little as 24 hours. The interest rates are going to vary. The interest rates are going to be much lower than with unsecured loans. And again, there's no personal credit check. Uplift Capital also administers SBA loans. So SBA has a wide variety of different loans. So minimum of $8,000 all the way up to $350,000, 2 to 6 weeks in terms of underwriting, interest rates at 2.25 to 2.75. So those are really good interest rates. Time in business is a minimum of 12 months, and you will be required to have pretty good credit score. Usually for SBA loans, we're talking about a 660 or higher. So this is another option if you're looking to get SBA loans. Uplift Capital can assist with that. Now, one of the things that Uplift Capital offers that you don't see at a lot of other lenders is 401k business financing. So this allows you to be able to finance your business without incurring hefty taxes. So you're not drawn down on your 401k or withdrawn from it. You're able to leverage your 401k as an asset to get a loan. So they have loan amounts up to $50,000. It takes about a week to underwrite. There's absolutely no interest that you're going to be paying. It doesn't help you build credit. Now, one of the other requirements is that you must be employed. So this is good for someone who has like a side gig or a side business, but they still have their 9-to-5 job and they're still contributing to their 401k. You can tap into your 401k to be able to fund your side business. They also have disaster relief loans. So this is a SBA loan that provides assistance for the repair and the rebuilding of non-farm private sector losses for business that have sustained economic injury. So this is up to $2 million. The eligibility is very limited. So this is only for those who have experienced economic disaster. And the max interest rate is only 4% in terms out to 30 years. So very high limits, very low interest rates, and very low terms. They also offer equipment financing loans. So this is a loan that can be used to buy equipment for your business, and the equipment is used as collateral. Now, with equipment loans, usually you get a lower interest rate than with unsecured loans, but that's going to vary depending on a variety of different factors, including the loan amount and the value of the equipment. You can get finance in as little as 24 hours or as long as 1 week. Now, there's a ton of tax benefits from getting equipment financing. Now, this isn't tax advice, but you can deduct a lot of these different equipment purchases on your business taxes. So that's also another thing to consider. Now, the application process is very straightforward. You're just going to be filling out a couple pieces of information, and it only takes a couple of minutes to fill in the application and get pre-qualified. So I'm just going to walk through this first part with you just to show you how to check for your eligibility. So the first thing you're going to enter in is the desired loan amount. So let's say you want $20,000. Then you're going to select from this drop-down menu, what does your business do? So they have a long list of different business types. So just go through this and see what business type you actually fall under, and then just select that one. Next, you're going to enter in your business's start date. And then from there, you're going to select from the credit score category. So either excellent, good, average, or poor. The amount of business debt that you have, and then just what type of bank account do you have. So if you have a business, you should have a business bank account. So after you enter in all this information, you just hit this button right here, check eligibility, and they'll tell you how much you're pre-approved for. So, all right, so I just enter in all that information and it says, congratulations, you're pre-approved. The pre-approval amount is for $67,500. Now, if you want to proceed with this, all you got to do is select finish your application. Now from here, you're just going to complete the rest of the application, and there's only a couple more pieces of information that you have to fill out about your business, as well as your personal information, your signature, and then you're going to upload some documentation. So overall, it's a pretty straightforward and easy application. If anyone is interested in getting business funding, startup businesses, if you have a very low credit score, they cover pretty much everything in terms of different business products. I've dropped a link in the description of the video. That's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.